This is Rick, and welcome to Astral Club. This is touring an ancient Atlantean ship. Before we get into it, just want to mention Patreon. If you'd like to support Astral Club, you can certainly do so on Patreon. When you join, you get advanced podcasts, a chat function, and direct mail where you can ask me questions. If that's of interest, just go down to the description and click on the link. Next up, private astral projection lessons. If you'd like a lesson, learn how to astral project, be glad to work with you. Work with folks now all over the world. We had some great success. If interested, just go down to the description and click on the email. Well, actually select the email there and then go ahead and ask for more information. Okay, touring an ancient Atlantean ship. My goal was to reach Atlantis to learn more about their society 14,000 years ago. By all accounts, the height of Atlantis, the civilization lost to myth, legend, and the ebb of time. I had traveled through countless epics before, from the age of dinosaurs to the far future where the sun expanded, burning Earth to a glowing cinder. The sun hung low on the horizon, casting a warm orange glow over an enormous city, stretching as far as I could see as I regained consciousness. Towering spires of gleaming white stone reached into the heavens, their designs intricate with carvings of sea creatures and symbols I didn't yet recognize. But what caught my attention immediately was the water. The massive bay before me was alive with activity. Long, serpentine boats, powered by intricate mechanisms, were gliding across the water. At the center of it all, floating like a jewel on the ocean, was a massive ancient fishing vessel, the kind I had glimpsed from the sky during my woolly mammoth astral projection. I had to see it up close. I'll leave a link to the woolly mammoth astral projection because it also mentioned a sighting of an Atlantean ship back then. And that was a video back in 2020. So maybe you missed it or you forgot. If so, you can go down to the description and review that episode. I moved toward the shore where a large dock stretched out over the water, made from materials that gleamed with an otherworldly sheen. As I approached, I saw the crew of the boat, men and women with deeply tanned skin, jet black hair, their faces marked with tattoos, their bodies strong and weathered by the sea. Each sailor wore a white linen cloth around their waist, with bare feet and some sandals. All were working topless. They worked in harmony, guiding the vessel through the waves with an elegance that seemed almost effortless. The ship was unlike anything I had ever seen, other than that one time before, back in 2020, when I had that particular experience, which you can see yourself by reviewing it. So the ship was unlike anything I'd ever seen, certainly in this world. The craft was made from bronze-colored metal with ornate carvings along the hull to the strange, glowing patterns that seemed to pulse along its edges, radiating a power that intrigued me. Dimension-wise, it was about 150 feet long, or 45 meters, and 30 feet wide, or 9 meters. The vessel's engine, housed in a massive chamber at the center, thrummed with powerful energy that I could easily sense. Without thinking, I stepped closer to the boat. As the moorings were being secured, one of the crew members, a tall woman with an intricately braided crown of hair, noticed me and raised an eyebrow. I quickly realized I had forgotten to clothe myself appropriately and must look quite out of place wearing modern clothes amidst their flowing linen clothing. Good thing I wasn't wearing my SpongeBob onesie, I joked to myself. The woman approached me, her gaze curious but not hostile. "You are not of Atlantis," she observed, her voice deep and steady. I hesitated, unused to being addressed by people from the past. Normally, I could move about invisibly. However, my angel guide had given me the power to appear visibly in this past as a special treat. Although he gave me a strict series of rules for me to abide by, most especially not revealing I was a time traveler. "No, I'm not. I'm an explorer from very far away. I've come to learn from your people," I answered. She tilted her head, studying me. A traveler from far away, she repeated slowly, as if tasting the words. Such things are strange, but not unheard of. Of course, the sea knows many things stranger. Perhaps it is time to learn what is beneath the waves. I nodded eagerly. I've come to understand your technology. Your ship, it's unlike anything I've ever seen. It seems to be powered by something different. Forgive me, I'm called Rick, son of Robert. The woman smiled, a knowing glint in her eye. My name is Inara, Rick, son of Robert. We do not usually share our knowledge with outsiders, but if you seek knowledge, you may board. Only then will you understand. Without hesitation, I stepped onto the boat, my heart thumping with excitement. The deck was smooth and cold beneath my feet, its surface slick with seawater. I moved to the center of the vessel where the strange engine pulsed with an ethereal light. Around it, a set of intricate gears and cogs turned in perfect harmony, their movement so fluid it was as if they were part of the natural world itself. Inara placed her hands on the glowing panels around the engine. This, she said, is the heart of our people. It is powered by the energy of the earth, the currents beneath the waves, and the will of the sea itself. We call it the engine of heaven. It is what allows us to sail without oars and only use sails in emergencies. It is a gift from the gods. I used my astral vision to scan the interior of the engine. At the center, there was a perfect quartz crystal, the size of a family-sized turkey. The crystal throbbed with raw energy. Fiber optic cables carried the power to various parts of the ship. The engine was encased in lead, probably to protect the crew from radiation exposure. We were once like other peoples, Inara said, her voice softening. But through the years of communing with the gods as well as the earth and the sea, we unlocked the secrets hidden in the tides and the winds. Atlantis was built upon that knowledge of the world beneath the water and this boat. She motioned to the vessel around them. It is our way of touching the deep currents. I reached out, running my fingers across the glowing surface of the engine. I could feel a strange warmth, a hum of energy that seemed to resonate within my own heart. The technology, the wisdom of these people was beyond me. It felt almost alive, forged by something greater than human hands. Before I could ask more, a loud horn sounded from the front of the boat. The crew had finished their work, and the boat began to move, gliding effortlessly over the water. I took a step back, watching in wonder as the vessel cut through the waves, silent and powerful, leaving no wake behind. Come, Inara said, taking my arm. We go to fish, but our journey is also to the heart of Atlantis itself. The sea has many secrets, and today it will show you a glimpse of them. Still struggling to comprehend the beauty and power of what I had just discovered, I nodded and followed. As the boat sped across the water, I knew that this was a moment in time that I would always treasure. A traveler from the future aboard an ancient vessel of Atlantis, hurling itself into an unknown fate, carried by the power of the sea and, of course, that very special engine of heaven. However, I began to feel a surging wave of disappointment. I could feel suddenly that my astral self was being pulled back to my present time. I mouthed a goodbye to my Atlantean guide as I disappeared. This was a fascinating trip for me to get a close-up view of an Atlantean fishing ship. I wish I could have stayed longer. I would have loved to go out and see them do some fishing. But unfortunately, even though my angel guide gave me the power to be seen and to interact, he didn't or wasn't able to lengthen my trip. And unfortunately, when one travels into the past, you get very little time to stay there before being pulled back to your body. And that's why I like the future travels, for instance. You get a lot more time there. At any rate, I'm interested in your questions. Please give me any input that you have, any questions that you have. Don't forget, I'm going to link that old 2020 episode where I saw mammoths and an Atlantean fishing boat that was very much like this one, actually. I just didn't get as good a view of it last time as I did this time. So leave those questions, comments, and as always, this is Rick, and I will see you on the astral plane.